Hello, good evening, everyone. Good afternoon and good morning. So today we would like to discuss about listening sections in TOEFL tests. Let's get started. The first strategy in answering the question of listening section, the first one is pay attention to the second narrations of the dialogue. So here is the example. So to make it easier for you to understand what does it mean by the second narrations of the dialogue, I make the script of the dialogue written here. So we can see in the slide that man say, Billy really did a big mistake this time. So the woman replied, yes, he forgot to turn in his research paper. So the narrator said, what does the woman say about Billy? It means when the question is, what does the woman say? It means in the second dialogue, what really woman did say. She say, yes, he forgot to turn in his research paper. So you have to understand this, the second narrations of the dialogue. So we see in the choices A, it was the first time he made a mistake. Second, or B, he forgot to write his paper. C, he turned in the paper in the wrong place. And D, he didn't remember to submit his assignment. So which one do you think is the same meaning, which has the same meaning with the second narrations of the dialogue? And you can see the answer is D. I hope that you got what I mean here. And we will see the exercises in the other video. So you have to remember the first strategy is pay attention to the second narrations of the dialogue. The second strategy is restatement. The first step that you have to do is focus on the last line of the dialogue, as we mentioned before in the first strategy. The second, focus on answers that repeat the intent or clarify the second narrative. So it means that it has already the statement. All you have to do is that to restate, to restate the same meaning as in the question. So for example, here woman says, why is Barbara feeling so happy? The man replies, she just started working in a real estate agency. The narrator says, what does the man say about Barbara? So as you can see, the second narrations of the dialogue, because you have to focus on the second line or the last line, she just started working in a real estate agency. So you will see the choices here. She always liked her work in real estate. B, she began a new job. C, she just bought a new real estate. D, she bought a real estate agency. Which one do you think has the same meaning, the synonym with the second line of the dialogue? So when the question says she just started working in a real estate agency, it means she began a new job. So the answer is B. Okay, so it's a restatement. You just need to find the synonym sentences as in the question, especially in the second line of the conversation. The third strategy is pay attention to answers with synonym. I think it's quite similar with the second strategy, which is like to statement. When you say statement, it means sentences, but synonyms is like more a word. Okay, so the step that you have to do in this strategy is the first, focus on keyword in the second narrative, because it is all about synonym. All you have to do, find the word which has the same meaning. So the first step is that find keyword in the dialogue. Okay, So the second, if you see any synonym of the word mentioned in the dialect that you think that it is the keyword, okay, so then that's probably the answer. So let's see the example. The man says, Mark says some really nice things to me. The woman replies, he's very grateful for what you did. So the strategy number one is talking about the second narration or the second line or the last line of the dialogue, always the focus. Okay, so we see woman replies, he's very grateful for what you did. Where do you think is the, which word do you think is the keyword? So I will pick that the keyword is saying like grateful. So grateful is the keyword. So let's see what is the choices answer, the answer choices that we have. Okay, so narrator say, what does the woman say about Mark? Okay, so I pick grateful as the keyword. We'll see. A, he did a great job. B, he bought a crate full of fruit. C, he made a great fool of himself. D, he's thankful. Okay, do you see any synonym of the word grateful in the answer choices? Right, so the answer is D because grateful has the same meaning as thankful. The fourth strategy is avoid choosing answers that have the same sound. Sometimes it is quite tricky because when you are listening to the recordings and you don't understand what uh, the dialect is about, and you probably will conclude that, oh, I will just find the answer that has the same sound. But that's not always the case. So this, the fourth strategy is the answer of all your confusion. Okay, avoid choosing answers that have the same sound. So I'm not talking about the synonym, it's the same sound. So let's see what step that you have to do. The first one, identify keywords in the second narrative of the conversation. As we did in the previous strategy that we have to find the keyword, especially in the second line or the last line of the conversation. The second, identify words that sound similar to answer choices, then set them aside. So if you have already know, it's like in the answer choices A, B, C, and D, you find the word that probably has the same sound as the conversation has. So you have just to put them aside. You don't have to like choose them, just take it away from the choices in your mind. Okay, so the third step that you have to do, don't choose answers that have been identified as having the same sound or maybe similar sound. Okay, we'll see the example here. Woman says, why couldn't Z come with us? The man says, she was searching for a new apartment. She was searching for a new apartment. So this is the second line of the conversation. Which word do you think is the key word in this conversation? Apartment or maybe searching can be a keyword, right? So you just need to avoid the same sound as searching or apartment. We'll see the choice here. A, she had an appointment. B, she was in the department. C, she was looking for a place to live. D, she was working on her research project. Okay, in A choice, we have appointment, which is has similar sound as apartment. So you have to make it aside. B, she was in the department. Department also has like similar sound as apartment, so you have to make it a site. Okay. So C, she was looking for a place to live. Do you think that it has like similar sound as apartment or searching? No. So this is probably the answer. But we will see in the D choice. She was working on her research project. So we find here her research. The similar sound as searching, but as you see, don't choose any similar sound or same sound. So you have to make it aside. So the answer is C because there is no similar sound in this choice. She was looking for a place to live. Now, strategy number 5. It's about negative statement. So the steps that you have to follow, the first one is that focus on the last line of the dialogue as usual, and it is already mentioned in the first strategy. So the second step that you have to do is that if there is a negative statement, the answer is therefore a positive statement. So example, here we say Regina is not sad. Is not sad. She is not sad about the results. She is not sad. It means that she is happy, right? So the correct answer will be happy. Okay, so negative statement usually using not or anti at the end of the word. Okay, so the second, Steve never worked hard. We say the word never work hard, it means he is lazy. So that's the correct answer. Okay, it's not about the meaning. The meaning is the same. Not sad and happy has the same meaning. But when you say not sad, it is negative statement. When you say happy, it is positive statement, but it has the same meaning. And the same word apply with never work hard. It means it's a negative statement, but it is the same thing as being lazy, right? But saying lazy is the positive statement because there is no the word never, there is no word not, there is no the word hardly or barely. So other negative statement using never, nobody, none, or nothing. Okay, so when you found this word, it means that you have to find another word that implies positive statement but still probably has the same meaning. The last one, all the patient was insane because we have heard this word many times. Insane means crazy, but because insane is originally from the word sane. In Bahasa we say waras, okay? But when you put the word in, not word, like the letter in, sane, it means that nggak waras, insane. As you can see in the last column, we see prefix on, in, this, okay? Sometimes we find this prefix like insane, impossible, like unpredictable, something like that, and sometimes disagreement, disagree, dislike. It means quite the opposite. When you say like, it means you like it. When you dislike, it means you are not like it. No, you're not. You don't like it. Okay. So this is just a way prefix do. When we say insane, it means you are not sane. It means the same meaning as crazy. But when you say crazy, it is positive statement. There is no prefix in it. Okay, so but actually it has the same meaning. So we'll see the example in the next slide. The example of strategy number 5, we see woman says, how was the weather on your trip? The man replies, there wasn't a cloud in the sky. The narrator say, what does the man mean? You know, why the narrator always say man? Because the second line of the dialogue is man. So we'll see in the statement in the second line is that there wasn't a cloud in the sky. So there is a negative statement, wasn't a cloud. So what is the opposite of that? I mean, the same meaning, but it is in the form of positive statement. So we will see in the answer choices. A, it was cloudy. B, he couldn't see the sky. C, it wasn't very crowded. D, there was a lot of sunshine. So remember, in the strategy of number 5, we see if you see any negative statement, probably the answer will be positive statement. So when you see the negative one, you just need to make it aside. So it's like the answer in B and C, they are still negative statements, so you have just to make it aside. So B, C is not the answer. So let's take a look. A and D, it was cloudy, and D, there was a lot of sunshine. Where do you think is like, where do you think has the same meaning as there wasn't a cloud in the sky? Do you think it means it was cloudy, or do you think it means there was a lot of sunshine? Right. So the answer is D, because wasn't a cloud in the sky. It means there is no cloud at all. It means there was a lot of sunshine. Okay, maybe that's all for this video. You can see and watch the next strategy in answering the question of listening skill in the next video. And you will also found many exercises that I will provide you later. Okay, see you. Bye.